The heinous terror attack in Pahalgam has left 26 innocents dead. India grieves, its citizens demand justice, and its leaders face pressure to act. Across the border, Pakistan denies involvement, bracing for accusations, retaliation, and another diplomatic rupture. This is the cycle, a pattern born in the ashes of partition, sustained by distrust, hardened by violence. As Faiz Ahmed Faiz once said, "We are tied by a single garment of destiny." If we want to break the cycle, both nations must choose pragmatism over pride. At the root of this crisis lies a stark asymmetry. Pakistan remains fixated on India. India increasingly is not fixated on Pakistan. For Pakistan, India is the defining adversary, shaping identity, strategy, and public narrative, especially through Kashmir. For India, Pakistan is a recurring problem, not a central, shaping priority. The disconnect is profound. One side is consumed, obsessed by rivalry. The other is disengaged. This imbalance leaves little room for dialogue and plenty of room for danger. Kashmir remains the symbolic center of this divide. For decades, Pakistan has treated it as the jugular vein, fueling wars, funding proxies, and lobbying the world. But today, the line of control remains unchanged. Global support for Pakistan has faded, and links to militancy have weakened Pakistan's credibility. Tagore once warned us, "The chain of violence binds the hands that wield it." And indeed, Pakistan's fixation has radicalized its youth, strained its economy, and weakened its so-called democracy. But there is a way forward. Pakistan can shift from territorial ambition to tangible results. Reframe Kashmir not as a claim to be won, but a region to be developed. Prioritize education, jobs, stability. Put in place, in consultation with India, a working mechanism for the line of control that permits contact and interaction between ordinary people and their families separated by this line. Reopen trade, like in the days when Lahore and Amritsar thrived together. Promote shared culture, Urdu poetry, music, cricket. These are not concessions, they're investments in Pakistan's future. And that is what it must realize. But the biggest roadblock? Pakistan's military, which holds a veto over peace. Civilian leaders have tried dialogue. They've been undercut again and again by violence and terrorism. As Iqbal said, rise above the self to create a new world. That new world begins with civilian leadership in Pakistan guiding foreign policy, and the military focused on defense, not dominance. Now, India too must choose its steps carefully, not out of weakness, but out of strategic clarity. Veteran voices in New Delhi, military analysts and security thinkers have long warned escalation in South Asia is not a theory. It's minutes away. And I'm going to attempt to tell you how it could unfold. Just think, India strikes a terror camp across the line of control. Public support is high. The message seems clear. But Pakistan's military, cornered, launches a missile at an Indian outpost. No deaths, but a signal. India escalates, deeper strikes, more targets. Pakistan, losing control conventionally, turns to its tactical nuclear weapons, short-range Nasr missiles. A drone is mistaken for an attack, a communication line breaks, a local commander panics and fires a 2-kiloton nuclear weapon at an Indian tank division. India, under these circumstances, must respond. Doctrine demands it. It answers with a limited nuclear strike on military targets inside Pakistan. But in Islamabad, alarms go off. There's no time to assess. They assume the worst and launch. Within hours, cities Delhi, Lahore, Mumbai, Karachi, Amritsar, Islamabad are burning. Tens of millions are dead or dying. Radiation spreads. Agriculture collapses. And globally, the planet cools by 1.5 degrees Celsius. Famine spreads. Crops fail. The death toll expands far beyond the subcontinent. This is not a fantasy. It is modeled, it is simulated, discussed in every war college worth its name. And yet in public discourse, barely acknowledged. Why is it that we do not educate our public opinion in both countries about the nature of nuclear arms and the destruction that they cause? South Asia has dense cities, short missile flight times, few hotlines, no reliable de-escalation protocols. As Ghalib said, the prison of life and the bondage of grief are one. India should respond with precision. Cyber attacks, financial tracking, global diplomacy. Expose Pakistan's contradictions. Target militant infrastructure without risking catastrophe. Measured action is strength. Emotional overreaction is a trap. Pakistan must also confront a hard truth. Its Kashmir strategy has failed. It has delivered neither freedom nor dignity for Kashmiris. It has delivered extremism, economic decline, and political isolation for itself. If Pakistan wants justice for Kashmiris, it must pursue development, not destruction. Both countries must step away from maximalist positions. Respecting the line of control as a line of separation is not defeat, it's stability. Reopening trade routes, cultural exchanges, joint festivals, these build trust. They also build jobs, opportunity, peace. As Gandhiji said, peace is not the absence of conflict, but the presence of justice. Justice today means coexistence, not conquest. The real enemy is not across the border. The real enemy is the logic of escalation. Once it begins, no one can stop it. Restraint is not weakness, it is survival. As we were reminded recently by a strategic analyst in India, revenge is a dish best served cold. This means responses must be calculated, not impulsive, rooted in intelligence, not anger. India and Pakistan face a choice: rage or reason. One path leads to ruin, the other to a shared and stable future. The victims of Pahalgam deserve more than revenge. They deserve a region that rises above grief, a region that finally breaks free of its history and chooses peace.